Alright, check it out, man. I'm going through my old videos and I seen on this specific day an improvement that I could have made. And so I'm here to recap on this and make it more precise, more concise, more clear as to what happened this day. How I had 5% lined up. I called this 5% move to the T. And price simply hit stop loss, and that was all she wrote. And then price tapped take profit after hitting the stop loss. But I'm here to showcase and display my skill set. That being said, let's get it cracking. So here, clear wick to be filled to the downside, boom. Mark this, target of the day here. Target of the day, boom. Prominent M15 supply in my favor. Let's make sure it's valid. Make sure there's no M3 or M5 equal lows within. No M3 equal lows within. No M5 equal highs within, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Making this a valid form of prominent M15 supply. But I noticed that there is this prominent M15 demand on the way to this target of the day. So if this is valid, I will mandatory need to break this. But let's make sure this is even valid first of all. It has M3 equal lows or M5 equal lows, it will make it invalid. And there are no M5 or M3 equal lows within, making this a valid zone of prominent M15 demand that must mandatory be taken care of before price proceeds to slip into this target of the day here. So let's continue to watch continue to dissect what price is telling me. So that's 15-minute time frame. I come to the 30-minute time frame. I see off top, okay, cool. We rejected off previous prominent M30 supply. So I'll put that to coming off supply just to show me that we have precisely rejected off of previous supply. Come to the 1 hour time frame. I do have 1 hour supply up here. Let's go ahead and mark that. Boom. All right, so at this point, I am looking for this beautiful wick to be filled to the downside. Now, what are the reasons behind this? Reason number one is because, first of all, clear wick to be filled. Reason number two is I've just rejected off of previous prominent M30 supply. And as you can see, this isn't the first time that price has created previous prominent M30 supply. So M15, the structure is also beautiful, showing me that we are breaking previous forms of demand, creating new zones of supply off of previous supply. Now, with that being said, I do fully understand that I'm going to mandatory need to make my way around this before I could even consider a setup. So we watch price play out here. At this point here, price breaks this zone of prominent M15 demand, simultaneously creating prominent M15 supply here. Possible entry. Now let's validate that this is true supply, making sure there's no M3 equal highs within. There are no M3 equal highs, no M5 equal highs within, making this a valid zone of prominent M15 supply. At this point in time, I am simply looking for price to retrace back into this zone and show me that there are indeed sellers here and give me some type of rejection, where I will then enter, with this being the target of the day here, to fill this wick to the downside. This is 330 to 345. Here is the retracement back into this zone. This is 345 to 4 a.m. So I have a new 30-minute candlestick closure. Now once again, we're still coming off previous M30 supply. Nice rejection off of this, nice structure being created. Now look at all of these candlesticks here. They all have upper wicks. This is the close, and I'm fully expecting price to momentarily push up just to create this upper wick here. Come to the H1 as I just had a new hourly candlestick to be created. Look how big these wicks are as well. So I'm fully expecting price to create its upper wick before proceeding to slip to the downside. So I come M15 time frame, and then I also need some type of rejection off of this zone in order to take me to this target of the day here. I come M5 time frame, expecting momentarily for price to push up just to create that higher time frame upper wick, and that is exactly what we see here. Now this is 4 to 405, this is 405 to 410, and this one here is 410 to 415. Now at this point already, price has created the upper wick on the H1 time frame. Price is proceeding to push down. I like the way this is looking, 410 to 415, and we come here, and what does this also mean? This also shows me that price is rejecting. This is a what is the word I'm looking for? This is a classic rejection candlestick off of a previous prominent M15 supply here. Boom, perfect example of a rejection candlestick. Once again, these all have upper wicks, so I am fully expecting, being that price closed here, fully expecting price to open up, create an upper wick, and proceed to push to this downside here. Bam. Being that I understood price is going to create this upper wick, to get the most precise entry here, sell limit was placed there. Boom. Sell limit was placed there, understanding price is going to create that upper wick, tap my entry. I believe today, and I was in the mindset that I fully believed price was going to respect this prominent M15 supply. So stop loss was set above there, and take profit was set here. Boom. Stop loss respecting this previous prominent M15 supply there. I come to the M5 time frame just to see what's even going on. I did have a 1 to 5 lined up, so this is what I was looking at. All right, let's leave that there. Stop loss there. Continue to watch price play out here. Price taps the entry, immediately rejects off of it. This is 415 to 430. So here I have the 30-minute candlestick, which looks beautiful. Now, I do expect price to push back up momentarily just to create this higher time frame upper wick, right? We watched this upper wick be created, and I was fully okay with that, understanding that higher time frame wick has to be created. Everything was playing out beautiful. This is 4:55 to 5 a.m. 15-minute candlestick, again looking beautiful. I'll fully expect a new upper wick to be formed on the next candlestick. 30-minute, same thing here, fully expecting a new upper wick to be formed and the next candlestick open. And same thing, H1 time frame, fully expecting an upper wick to be created before proceeding to slip and fill this void to the downside, this void and wick to the downside. Now we continue to watch price play out here. At this point, I wasn't worried at all still, just because price has to create upper wick, right? And on top of that, I had equal lows here, M15 time frame equal lows. So I was still fully confident in my setup. Throughout this whole thing, I'm very confident in my setup. As soon as I'm in a setup, I'm very confident in it, and I'm very confident in allowing price to play out and make its way to the target of the day. Now what happened today was, instead of respecting this prominent M15 supply here, price proceeded to come up and tap this H1 supply zone here and use that to slip into the target of the day. And that is what we're about to witness here. Stop loss was hit there. Price taps H1 supply, immediately rejects off of it, and uses that to slip into the target of the day. Look how precise that is, my man. Look how precise that is. Price fills this wick precisely and rejects off of that. Now, this was a nice 1 to 5 lined up, and stop loss was simply hit here. That is okay. As you can see, I called this play of the day from the get-go. I understood that price was going to use supply to take me to the target of the day, and that's exactly what happened. I was fully confident in my stop loss, and price simply hit stop loss here. Minus 1% is all I lost, and that's it. Great improvements, great lessons here, and all I'm looking to do is show my skill set.